Hey, how you going? I hate it when you're behind the camera. Alice here, aka the makeup mechanic. Welcome back to my channel. We're back at the sports park. I'm mic'd up with my tail again, wearing overalls, not really for any purpose other than the aesthetic. We're back with another car video. This video is just gonna be like basic car info, stuff that I think pretty much any car owner should know, but I know that a lot of people don't because I myself didn't even know any of this stuff before I started my mechanic apprenticeship. So if you know your stuff when it comes to cars, this video is not for you. If you know jack all like I did before my apprenticeship, welcome to this video. We're gonna start from like the back and work our way to the front. I know a lot of people know this already, but just for the people who don't, we'll begin by a tip on how you know which side your fuel flap's on whilst you're in the car. Okay, now you're gonna follow me. It's hot. Good timing for us to have a full tank of fuel. Okay, so as you can, oh wait, I'm trying to, Okay, so as you can see where you got your fuel light, there's a little arrow next to the image of the, what's it called, fuel bowser. And where that arrow points is what side that your fuel flap's gonna be on. So our arrow was pointing to the left, so here's our fuel flap. Another tip that I just wanted to say, I think you're the one who showed me this actually. Most cars have like a little holder for your fuel cap. You don't just have to dangle it down, it has a little holder. So you can chill there. I didn't know that until I started dating Geordie, so I thought maybe other people didn't know that either. Handy tips! One more tip when you're filling up. I don't know if anyone else has had this problem, but you know how sometimes you go to fill up and it just like clicks, 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 and you're like, what the hell, it's not full yet. It means that you've put the nozzle in too far and it thinks that it's full, and so it's clicking off. So just like rest it up if you ever have that problem. I had it a few times and it was just driving me crazy. I'm like, what is going on? Nozzle's in too far. I did mention this in my video about how to change your tire, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it. I don't know which side it is now. I couldn't even get it right in my office, but I'll link that video. But I did just want to put it in here as well, just so it's all in like one video with basic car info. So, tire size, how to check it. What does it mean? So, you'll find on every car there's a set of 3 numbers. So you're always going to have a triple digit number. So ours is 205. So that is the width of the tire. The middle number 60, that's going to be the distance from the top of the tire to the rim. Then the last number is going to be your rim size. So ours is 16-inch rim. So yeah, if you need to get tires ever, just have a quick look, especially over the phone. It was really annoying when I was working as a service advisor. People wanted quotes for their tires but have no idea what the tire size was. This is how you find your tire size. And then that way you can shop around and find the tire that best suits your budget. I know it's pretty common knowledge that it's bad to drive with low tire pressure, but in case you didn't know why, it can cause premature wear on your tires and also does affect your fuel economy as well. So this is an analogy that I just kind of use to help it make sense to me. So imagine you're pushing a wheelbarrow, you know how you have the one tire. If that tire is flat, it takes a lot more effort to push the wheelbarrow, right? Same thing with your car. It's going to take your car more effort, more fuel to make it go when it's got low tires, and then that way it chews up the tire wear as well faster. That was greatly worded, wasn't it? That'll do anyway. That's why it's important to check that your tire pressures are topped up. It would be extremely beneficial for your car to do it every single month. I know that's not the most important thing on people's mind, but you do fill up your car pretty regularly. It's very easy to just pull into the tire pressure part and just top up your tire pressures. Pew pew! One thing I just wanted people to know, it's a loud cicada. Is it a cicada? But yeah, one thing I wanted people to know, because I used to think it was true because, you know, you see it in the movies and you just assume it's true, right? The way that they hotwire cars in movies is complete baloney. You can't just grab a bunch of wires from underneath the car. There just happens to be 2 wires that are the same wire, split in half, magically stripped back and clean, and then they just tap them together and the car turns on. That's never how, no.
Grade A. Baloney.
Before I started my apprenticeship, I used to think that was true. I'm like, can't you just like tap 2 wires together? No, that's a bunch of, and then there's just 2 that are clean, and then they just happen to be cut in half and stripped back, and like, no, it's bullshit. So you can't hotwire a car like that. Just thought I should let everybody know in case you thought the movies was true. All right, now it's time to go under the hood. So everyone's hood latch is in a slightly different position, but they generally tend to be above the badge of your car. So I like to just kind of lift it up until it doesn't come up anymore, and then just like run my fingers under it until I feel the latch. Yeah, it's really dirty. Excuse the dust. We went camping and went on a dong. Went on a dirt road for a long time, so that's what this is. Also, another movie myth, girls in movies that have their hair out whilst working on cars is complete bullshit. It is just unrealistic. It gets in your face. You can't work like this, and if the car's on, you have the risk of getting scalped, because if your hair goes into a belt, no, never, ever have your hair down. Even if the car's not on, it's just so inconvenient. Do the whole Megan Fox.
It looks like your distributor cap's a little loose.
So I just kind of wanted to show you the basics of under the hood. I know a lot of people may already know it, but so many people haven't even checked under their hood. So come on over, I'll show you some basic shit. All right, so washer bottle is generally always here, it seems. I don't think there's been, even European cars, can't really speak for them, but they're generally over this side. They've always got this windscreen logo on it, so you know that this is always the one that's going to clean your windscreen, and only water and glass cleaner can go in there. Back here is your brake fluid. That is generally always at the back. So brake fluid helps your car brake, obviously. So on this reservoir, you have a low and a high. Ours says min and max, and you just want to make sure it's on that max. Brake fluid tends to get replaced every 4 years. It's hydroscopic, which means that it absorbs moisture, so that allows air to get in, and you can't have air in the system. That's why you do need to replace it every 4 years. So the fluid, when you brake, the fluid goes through these pipes, and all these pipes are connected to brake calipers at all 4 of your wheels. So when you brake, brake fluid is the pressure that pushes out the pistons and helps brake your car. Still got it.
Helps brake your car.
Helps your car brake. No, that sounds like kind of the same. Helps the car slow down and stop. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know is how to jump start, because I've mentioned it to some people. They're like, oh, okay, so positive to negative, and it's like, oh, hell no, please don't do that. Let's not explode today. So positive is always going to have some sort of cover on it. We always know that positive is going to have a plus sign. Negative is always generally exposed because that's your earth. If you are replacing a battery, you always want to take the negative off first so that the battery is not earthed. If you touch the positive with metal and it's earthed, you're going to get a shock. So always take the negative side off first, and then when you're putting it back in, put the positive first and then the negative. So also jump starting, if you do happen to have to jump start your car and you've got a car next to you, you need to have your positive connected to the positive, negative to negative. Never cross. That's a bad time.
Gonna have a bad time.
When you are connecting the batteries, do positive to positive first and then negative to negative. Yeah, if you go the other way around, you do risk getting a shock because you've earthed it and then you put power.
Gonna have a bad time.
Again, always remove negative first and then positive. So putting on positive, positive, negative to negative, taking off negative off first, then positive. I think that should be, that's enough, all right. Next, we've got coolant. Coolant's always labeled coolant. You've also got a low and a full mark here. You want to keep it on that full line. There's always a max line for a reason. Okay, there is a bit too much to go into with coolant because I don't want people to put in wrong mixes or anything, but if it's a bit low, if it's still in the reservoir and it's a bit low, you can just top it up with water. If it's gone, you're going to want to go to a mechanic and get it checked, because it might mean there's a leak somewhere or your water pump's buggered. But yeah, you do just want it to be obviously on the full mark. Okay, so next is how to check oil. Just something that I think everybody should know. So how you get your most accurate reading is on a flat surface. You want the car to be level. If it's on an incline of any kind, it's obviously going to be off. And you want the car to be warm to get the most accurate reading. I'm just going to clean it because it's a bit embarrassing. Generally, engine oil dipsticks tend to be yellow, and generally right near where you fill the oil up. Always wipe the first one, so you're never going to get an accurate reading from just first pulling it out, so you need to wipe it and then you pop it back in. Just a quick in out, and then you want to make sure that it's on that second line. The bottom dot means that it's on low, obviously, and then that's where you want it to be on the full mark. Isn't that beautiful? We just had it serviced recently. So obviously if your engine oil is low, it's really bad for your car. It can cause overheating because your oil is what lubricates your engine, keeps all the internal parts lubricated and everything. So if the oil's low and you've got no lubrication in the engine, bada bing, bada boom! And if it's too full, it's going to push past places that it doesn't need to go and come out of places that it shouldn't. I can't believe how freaking dirty this is. Hey, let's just put our filthy engine bay all over the internet. I'm so glad I have sunscreen on. This is unreal. Okay, and also just a tip with closing the bonnet. Geordie just shared this with me. I tend to just drop it from here. He picked up a good tip from his first year during his apprenticeship. So take it out. Just make sure that's clipped back in. Make sure there's no trucks going past. This looks a little bit how you going, doesn't it? Bring the bonnet down to the latch, but hold on to it. Don't let go. Touch the latch, bring it up slightly and drop. I love that tip. That's so good. Hot tips. Hot tips.
Works every time.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
This freaking tail is pissing me off so much. Got council people staring at me. Hey, I could play skip rope with this. Jump in. Okay, well, that's all the tips that I can think of for now. That's kind of just really basic. I don't want to go into too much detail about stuff because all cars, well, not all cars, but most cars, you know, are kind of different. I don't want to give misinformation because I don't want anyone to take things the wrong way and stuff up their cars. So that's just real basic stuff that I feel like everyone should know. If there's anything more that you'd like me to show you about cars, please let me know in the comments below. Just again, I have made a previous video on how to change a tire. If you'd like to check that out, hit whichever side it comes up on. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're new here and enjoy my content, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button. If you think there are people that you know that would benefit from this video, please feel free to share this video. I think that's about it. I'm pretty bloody hot. This sun is so bright. Just as I said that, I came out. I'm too ginger to be outside for this long. Hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.